These days, there are many people who can't find work. A lot of them are young people who did not go to college. A lot of them go to the mental hospital for help. They get out, they cannot find work. Then they end up back in the hospital because they're tired of the homeless shelter. There are many problems we could solve with compassion, but the most important one we could solve is mental health and saving the environment. Many people are suffering in this economy, and there are even young people who cannot find work. So, what do we need? A compassionate economy. How do we solve this problem with compassion? One idea is to start a group called Gardens for Earth, where young people can come together to find work on farms. This is for young people, but also for volunteers, social workers, gardeners, college students, whoever wants to help with the mentally ill and live holistically for themselves too. Gardens for Earth. Gardens for Earth is an organization like the Forest Rangers or firemen or Conservation Corps, but it's specifically for young folks looking for work that have an acute mental illness. The community gardens could be at land conservancies or state parks or anyone who wants to have a community garden. It could care for single men and women who are searching for work and especially environmentally friendly work. They could live in dormitories. Their mission is to plant trees and build farms locally so it does not come from the rainforest. They could also build bike paths, help with composting, recycling. Participants can stay busy finding work planting trees, trail maintenance, greenhouse work, on the farm, in the kitchen, making local products, watering plants. Everyone has a task they can do. This is ideal work for young people who have a mental illness, but also really need some work that is in touch with nature. We all need to pull together to save the environment, and helping to heal mental illness and the environment together may be the answer. The environment is really suffering right now because of climate change, deforestation, pollution, and consumption. If people get down to earth and help the people with mental illness do environmentally things, it could cure mental illness and the environment together. The Garden for Earth Center could be a volunteer center where people getting out of the hospital, mental hospital, can find community. The Gardens for Earth could pay people with mental illness to work side by side with people who are volunteers. Meditation and prayer. We can plant trees, grow gardens, and reach out to people with mental illness and start local co-ops. But will we all get along? We could look to spirituality for answers. The Dalai Lama once said in a speech that because we all share this small planet Earth, we have to live in harmony and peace with one another and with nature. Learning to live in harmony and peace with fellow beings is very important. Having a spiritual discipline might empower members of the Garden for Earth to get along better and be happier. We can look to an interfaith group where people can practice meditation and prayers that inspire them. A compassionate economy. Compassion is not just loving kindness for your neighbors, but compassion is how you save the environment. A compassionate economy asks questions like, how does the economy operate? What sort of jobs get funded? If we practice compassion, it'll brighten the world and the environment too. Helping to heal the mentally ill starts with changing the environment in a compassionate way. Volunteering is great for the mind, body, and spirit. Through volunteer work, people with and without mental illness can come together and heal one another. This means having healthy people at the bottom and top of a compassionate society where everyone is cared for.